Hi guys, I created this video in order to give you a preview of what to expect on your Unit 1 test that you'll be taking here in Blackboard. This is the first time that you would have had to have taken something that was timed in this class, so I want to be sure that I'm reminding you that, remember, just doing the notes and the quizzes oftentimes is not enough for you to be truly proficient at the material, so be sure that you're trying the homework and the labs as well so that you are like I said, proficient and able to perform the material, and you're not scrambling to try to figure out how to solve things, that you just kind of have it in your toolbox and you know how to solve it. So with that said, in the Unit 1 review folder, I have created a Math 140 Unit 1 practice test demo. What I've done is I've taken 3 questions from the Unit 1 review and put those into a test. So this is not graded. I highly recommend it. I think that just watching this video and then trying the test yourself, I think that will give you a good foreshadowing of the test. Of course, it's not the entire test. You need to do the entire review here as a best practice foreshadowing of the test. But I think that taking this practice test here, though, will give you an inkling of as far as how the test itself will run. Okay, so I'm just going to click on the test itself. Like I said, I chose 3 questions, so there's actually number 1, 11, and then number 25 and 26, which was on Simpson's paradox. I put those 2 together into one problem. So this is not graded. This is entirely, like I said, voluntary for you, but like I said, I think it'll be a great foreshadowing. The test itself is going to consist of 3 different types of questions. There'll be multiple choice, which I think is self-explanatory. Then there's what's referred to as short answer. And the types of questions that I have chosen for short answer are very straightforward types of questions where basically they're 1 or 2 step type problems where you could easily just type your answer, and if you wanted to provide work, which I recommend because I can still give you partial credit on these type of questions, you could say, okay, I took this number and divided it by this, I took this number and multiplied by this, and so on. But essentially for a short answer, you're going to have a box directly underneath that problem that you will submit your answer into that box. And then lastly, there's a file response type question. And with file response, it's just that. In order for you to answer that question, you're going to have to upload a file where you have shown your work. Just like essentially very similar to what you likely are already doing with your quizzes. Okay, you are either printing off the quiz and working it out on that sheet of paper and then scanning it and getting it to me, or taking a picture of it and getting it to me, or you are writing it out on notebook paper and getting that notebook paper submission to me in some way, whether it's through a scan or a picture. Okay. At the moment, this demo, I'm giving you 45 minutes for 3 questions. That's more than generous. I have not yet determined the amount of time that I'll give you for your test. That I will go ahead and tell you the test has 16 questions consisting of these 3 types. And a bonus question. So 16 questions and a bonus question. You will be able then to get 105 on the test. A timer will run as you're taking the test, and it will alert you at various points. I'll show you that in just a moment. The test is designed, though, that once time has expired, that it will automatically submit, and so anything that you have done will get submitted at that particular point. It should be noted, though, once you open the test and you actually start seeing questions on the test, then that's when your timer starts. So be sure that once you open the test that you are ready to take it and that you can be uninterrupted at that particular time. And then because the timer is running from that particular point in time, even if you close the test at that point, the timer's running in the background. Okay, so for example, if you open this up and it's giving you 45 minutes and you don't come back to it for another hour, it's going to say, oh, your time has expired. Now for this particular practice test, I'm giving you multiple attempts, so you're going to be able to go back in and do it again. But for your real test, you get 1 attempt. Okay, so when you're ready to begin, you will hit begin. This is when your timer will start. This tells you here are your instructions. I will tell you to be sure that you have things like have your calculator at your fingertips, have your formula sheet at your fingertips, and some paper or your printer. Have everything kind of in working order so that you're ready to go. and it'll tell you, like here it's telling you this is a 45-minute test. You're going to get warnings when half of your time is expired, when you've got 5 minutes left, when you have 1 minute, and when you have 30 seconds. Okay, so and then, like I said, yours is going to say that you only have one attempt when you go to take the real test, and it says that test can be saved and resumed at any point until time has expired. That will be the same whenever you take your test. So the first question here, these are the 3 types of questions. Over on the far right, you'll always see how much each question was worth, okay? So this first question is worth 5 points. This is your multiple choice, so very straightforward. So you would just click the correct answer. I'm just going to click an answer down here just so you can see that over here on the right, it goes over here and it says saved. Okay, so that's telling you that if you, for example, went away from this and didn't get back within your 45 minutes, then it would automatically submit your answer to question 1, for example. Okay. All right, so here for question 2, this is the short answer, so you can see here the difference. So here it's telling you, you've got Onslow County has a population of over 183,000 people living in this area of 909 square miles. They want us to find the population density, rounding your answer to the nearest whole number. So, as you recall, that those are fairly straightforward type of problems. So it's just basically it's just a one-step kind of problem. So you could easily type out the numbers that you multiply or divided by together and just hit equals and then give me your number rounded to the nearest whole number. So you would just type your answer directly into this box. I'm just going to type in here like 309, and then just be sure that you put your units behind it. So 309, let's just say, okay, and it'll be population density, so it'll be people per square mile. Could do it like that. Okay. So again, you can just type in the answer, or you can show a little bit of work. Okay, 309 is definitely not the answer. I just made it up so that I could type here in the answer. I'm purposely not doing this test because I want you to try it yourself and not see the answers here in the video. And then lastly, here in question 3, I took a Simpson's paradox problem from the review, and I'm asking you to do that. You're going to see this on the test, okay? Here at the very top, I'm giving you a link to a printable version, so you can click on that link. It'll automatically then open up here as a Word document. So if you're used to just printing your quizzes off, then you can print this quiz off. You can print this problem off here and then work it out on this sheet of paper. Then take your picture, scan it, and then get it back to me. Down here at the very bottom, it says attach file, and this is where you would browse your computer, go to your folder, and click whatever folder, however you've labeled it, click open, and then I'll just hit cancel, but then you'd hit submit whenever you are done. And if you don't have the ability to print, then or even to open up this link here, you have the question already sitting here in the body of the question of the test itself. Regardless, everybody though has to attach a file to submit their answer to this particular problem. When you're done, you'll just hit save and submit. It will always ask you at the very end here, are you sure that you have submitted all your answers and that sort of thing? You just click OK if you're sure, and then you are submitted at that particular point. Okay, I hope this helps. If you have any questions about anything, feel free to reach out. Thanks a lot.